Hi everyone, my name is Lenka and today I review plant-based protein powder, in particular plant-based Vega One Sport Premium protein powder in vanilla flavor. So I first got my hands on this protein powder just 2 or 3 weeks ago, and so far I can say that I am very satisfied, but there are some points I would like to go through with you because they are very different reviews online and that would make you confused, so keep watching. Before I even start, I would like to make a disclaimer. You don't need to eat or drink protein bars or protein powders. If you're on plant-based diet and if you're eating balanced meals and sufficient amount of calories, there is enough essential amino acids in a combination of legumes, nuts and seeds, and leafy greens, so you can get enough of those in the real plant-based whole foods. But if you're in a caloric deficit or if you're not really in a convenient situation to get a nice proper meal, it's a very good way how to substitute for it. I bought this one on Taobao for around 283. It was a few weeks ago during the discount time, so it was already a discounted product. It's usually above 300. I also found it online. I'm not sure where it was, but it was around 44 USD. They are actually pretty good ingredients. There is a pea protein, natural flavors, which is the second one. That could be the vanilla flavoring. I hope there is nothing bad in that. Then there is pumpkin seed protein, organic sunflower seed protein, alfalfa protein. So there's a pretty good mixture of this seed and legume protein. It contains tart cherry powder. It also contains turmeric extract and black pepper extract. And these ingredients, especially the tart cherry and turmeric, they are amazing for muscle recovery. This is again just my opinion, but if you go for the recovery, I think it's a very good marketing from these brands that they create. They even tell you if it's pre-workout or mid-workout or post-workout. I think the only essential thing if you are really working out is the post-workout regular protein powder for shakes or into meals. And for the muscle recovery or for a boost before training, eat the real food, buy turmeric. Don't forget, turmeric is activated by black pepper, so always sprinkle a little bit of black pepper into everything. I do it with my smoothie. You cannot taste it at all. It doesn't taste like curry. It's not savory. It's amazing recovery food. It's amazing thing for your period cramps, and it's just healthy. Tart cherry, I don't have experience with this, but another example of anti-inflammatory food is beetroot and blueberries. So I try to include at least 1 or 2 of these into my every post-workout meal, and it helps me to recover very fast. If this protein powder says that it helps build muscle and supports recovery, basically they are not lying. Their ingredients are supporting these statements. Of course, your muscle will not grow unless you are exercising. In my opinion, I don't recommend to eat protein powder if you're not physically active. I don't recommend to eat higher doses of protein powder or any protein supplement if you don't work out a lot, if you don't do heavy trainings, and I just think you can get most of it for food. This is just the extra help you can get, and I'm really grateful we have it. It's an option, but it's not necessary. It's a supplement you can add to your regular balanced plant-based diet, and you're good. Okay, so let's have a look at Chronometer. As you can see here, I already have some data from today, what I ate. I try to track my macros and micros every day just to keep consistent, but let's go to a new day. So we have an empty space. We click here to add food, and we try to write Vega. Down here you can press serving, and we can see that scoop is 41 grams. Usually protein powders have around 29, 32, maybe 35 grams. 41 grams of scoop, that's like That's a lot of protein. My usual dose is 20 grams. So let's type 20 grams and let's add it. We see it's 78 calories, which is almost nothing. So here we can see the amount of protein. It says 80% of the whole product, of the whole protein powder, is protein, which is very high. It contains 61 calories out of 78, which is really, really good. Okay, so it's 78 calories, 14.6 grams of protein, which is pretty good considering the calories. That's super, super high. There are no carbs, like no carbs, and only 1.5 grams of fat. This is amazing. Micronutrients, maybe there are some. I already see there is iron and calcium. Obviously, it won't have any fiber because fiber is binded to carbohydrates. There are no carbohydrates, but that's not the meaning of protein powder. Iron and calcium are the usually two staples that you can find in most of the protein products, so I'm really happy. Even in the half of the scoop, there is a very good amount. It's 3 milligrams of iron, which for my personal needs means 16% of a daily allowance, and 102.4 milligrams of calcium, which is 10%. That is pretty good. There is a small amount of potassium, 82 milligrams, so 3%. And that's pretty much for all the micronutrients. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there is 200 milligrams of sodium. But then look here on the protein. On the back of this big bottle, there is actually a section which talks about typical amino acid profile per serving. And it includes all amino acids, not only the essential amino acids, but all of them. The one amino acid people are usually concerned about on a plant-based diet is leucine. Look at that. In 20 grams, which means half of the scoop, there is already almost 50% of leucine and lysine as well. Lysine or lysine, I never know. So if I had a full scoop, I would literally cover my daily recommendation for this particular essential amino acid, which is great. There are some which even go over the recommended amount. I don't think it's dangerous to go like a little bit over the amount. Usually the numbers turn red in this app if there is something you should be worried about. For example, sometimes it's iron or vitamin A that could be harmful to your body if you overdose. This is great protein. This is how it should be. This is what protein powder should provide, and I'm really satisfied with these macros. So as I just showed you, the macros looks on point, but to be honest, I don't enjoy drinking protein powder as a protein shake. I don't think it's an enjoyable meal. I have my usual oat bowl in the morning, but when I'm feeling a little fancy, I make myself and my boyfriend pancakes. I add a little bit of protein powder into pancakes. And if you want to know how I made this yummy masterpiece, you can subscribe and turn on that little notification bell so you will be notified when I post this video. It should be on next Saturday, and I'm planning to post every Saturday or at least every weekend, so stay tuned. In case you want to use protein powder as a shake, I think the best way to eat protein powder is to add non-dairy unsweetened milk. I usually add soy milk because it has the lowest fat, no sugar, low carb, and it has also good amount of protein and good amount of omega-3 and 6. I always add some fruit. The best is banana. It goes very well with vanilla and the soy milk. It makes a really nice flavor and it will add to the real sweetness. If you don't like bananas, you can add some dates or any other fruits. Just don't add watermelon or kiwi. That doesn't really go well with protein powders. On experience, what also works with especially vanilla flavor very well, it's peanut butter. If you don't want to add those additional fat calories into your protein shake, you can easily buy powdered peanut butter, which has lower calories and much lower fat content. There is an issue with Vega protein powders, also with the Garden of Life brand, and I heard that they contain heavy metals. There was some study, Mike the Vegan made a video on this topic. You can watch it after this video. I think it's very good. Make your own opinion and let me know. I'm gonna definitely finish this bottle. By the way, my boyfriend loves it. My boyfriend loves the flavor. He also gets only 10 grams of protein like in his breakfast, so it's not a big deal. But I will definitely aim for different brands and maybe look into this issue a little bit more later. Another thing that people are concerned when buying a plant-based protein powder is that many older brands, especially when this industry started, it made people so bloated. It was terrible. This one doesn't do it. This is perfect. The options of protein powders, the vegan protein powders and protein bars are so good recently that they really fixed this issue of bloating and feeling uncomfortable. People are gonna work on these things. I'm really happy they also solved this issue for the plant-based products. It's really awesome. What I like about this protein powder is that it has a really high amount of protein. It has a sufficient amount of branched-chain amino acids, BCAA. It has also a recovery compounds such as tart cherry and turmeric, all together with black pepper extract. I think it's very beneficial as a supplement to a balanced plant-based whole food diet. There are no added sugars. They also say it contains probiotics. The taste doesn't really bother me. The only downfalls of this protein powder is the price, but when I consider how big the bottle is and how much of a good stuff I get from half of the serving, I think it's actually pretty fair. Maybe some customers might be discouraged from this product by the taste if they don't know how to actually eat the protein powder, if they think they should only mix it with water. So maybe some experimentation with protein powder would really help. We are all different, we have different tastes, we like different things, so this is really just my opinion, just for you to know that it's not as bad as those reviews online. And the macros are really good. Definitely check that heavy metal content and the research. If you're interested how I make my smoothies or the pancakes I showed you a few minutes back, make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and I will see you next week. Bye!